Well, I chose my electric company because they had the lowest bill. All you did was chose your billing agent. You have no choice over which grid you're still going to be receiving your electricity from. So then they will acknowledge that that's true. All right. So look, what if you were told you could only buy gas at one gas station, had to buy your groceries from one grocery store, prescriptions from one pharmacy, clothes from one department store? How would that make you feel? Usually the answer is, well, yeah, I wouldn't care for that. I'm glad it's not that way. Right. It does not have to be that way anymore with your choice of electricity. Cool, right? So now remembering whether they said, no, I don't want to give you my electric bill in the beginning in a previous conversation or not, all we're doing is educating them now. Okay, so look, let's take a look at our electric company options. We got company A, company B. Company A says, well, your electric bill is going to be $200 a month. All right. Electric B, how about that? $200 a month. Company A says your bill is going to increase with inflation an average of 4% a year. It's actually higher than that in many states. But company B says your electric bill is never going to increase. It's a fixed payment. Well, that's better, right? And then company A says with inflation, you're going to pay $92,748 in total electric costs over 25 years. And your monthly payment in year 25 is not going to be $200. It's going to be $513 a month now. Company B says you'll pay $37,182 in total electric costs over 25 years. That's better. Now, sometimes I'll say this, sometimes not, but here I want you to understand the difference between the 37 and the 92,000 is half or even the complete cost of a new solar system. Meaning they're going to buy and pay for a solar system. They just won't own one if they stay with the grid. All right. Now, you'll pay your electric bill forever in company A until you die. How's that? Never thought of it that way. Because at what point will you not need electricity in your life? Company B, you'll pay your electric bill for up to 25 years, and then you'll own your energy. And if you're smart and capable, you'll pay it off much earlier than the 25 years because you're not spending the 92,000 anymore at that rate. All right. Company A, each payment makes the electric company richer. Yeah. Company B, each payment is building equity in your home because you own that and it's part of your home. Company A, home value stays the same. Company B, your home value will increase an average of 10%. Company A doesn't help your home sell any faster. Company B, your home will sell 20% faster and you can transfer the system to the new owner. Here's something we're seeing now, didn't used to, but if you were looking to buy a home and you wanted a pool, you're going to turn down every home that doesn't have a pool. And you're going to look only at homes with a pool. People are now seeking solar-equipped homes. They're saying there's got to be one out where we want to live, a beautiful home with solar, and they're actively looking for them now. All right, Company A, no government tax credits. Company B, right now, for a few more years, there's a 30% government tax credit available. And then Company A, the electricity is generated by turbine generators with coal, natural gas, dirty energy. Company B is coming from the sun, solar panels, totally 100% clean energy. So now that we've covered that, my friend, if you had a choice, if you had this choice, would you choose Company A or B? Not one person yet has said Company A. Aha, we're now shifting their mind. All right, look. Here's a chart that just shows from the year 2000 to the year 2025. You can see this projected inflation rate. The facts are your electricity has gone up. So let's take a look at your electricity cost now. How much is your average monthly electric bill now? Keeping in mind, we're not threatening them, we're not selling them anything, so getting this answer is pretty easy. Now let's just say it's 200, right? We've added some new data here. Because they're just shooting in the dark, off the top of their head, but what's the lowest bill in a month throughout the year that you normally have? Well, if their average is 200, lowest bill might be 125, 150. What's the highest bill that you ever see in a month in the year? Depending on where they live, either because it's really cold or really hot, running a lot of heat, a lot of air conditioning. In our own personal case, our lowest bill within the year can come in right around 170 bucks. Our highest bill, 500, because of the temperature. Here's what we know and what you would know. If your solar proposal comes in anywhere between the lowest and the highest, they're going to go solar. All you have to do is hit anywhere in that window and tell them, we can lock it in. You don't say that to them right here, but you just know in your own head. All right, for now, look. Taking a look. Fun facts. $100 monthly payment at 5% is going to be $121 in 5 years, $323 in year 25. Jump up here to, and you can read these. I don't necessarily read all, but let's go to the $300 a month at 5%. Well, in year 5, it's $466, over $1,000 a month in year 25. Hello. And in my case, our local power bill has averaged 9.5% a year for the last 5 years. So this is just eye-opening. All right, this slide, we're just going to show you. Look. Right now, IRS says if you invest in renewable energy for your home, such as solar, wind, geothermal, you can get this 30% tax credit down here. It's still active. Now that you know these facts about solar, what do you like most so far about the benefits? And let them speak. Usually it's just like, well, kind of cool, it's clean, or kind of cool, like it's fixed. Excellent, whatever. It doesn't matter what they say. Do you have any questions about what you've learned so far? Typically, no. There might be a couple if they are, depending on what your skill level or knowledge is right now. Whatever question they say, that's a great question, and we might set up a time for you to get that answer. But right now, let's just continue. We're going to look at 2 client success stories. Florida has very high electricity, so Hector and Maria here, their old electric bill was $281 a month. New solar bill, $149. Monthly savings, $132 a month. So can you imagine that they said, no, we like the grid, we like paying almost $300 a month, forget that $149, $150 thing. No, they didn't say that. But here's the other cool thing. In 30 years, their electrical savings is going to be $97,000. They got a $45,000 bump in their home value. They got almost a $14,000 30% tax credit for a total financial gain of $156,000. So look, if your electric company now came to you and said, we'll put solar panels on your roof, guarantee you the same amount of electricity you currently use, but for a lower fixed monthly payment that won't go up every year, and it'll save you tens of thousands of dollars, would you be open to switching to solar energy if your power company or electric company said they'd do that?
Absolutely.
Duh. Absolutely. So that makes total sense, though, because of 281 to 149. Let's look at another picture. Frank and Elizabeth, they're in Texas. Different deal. Texas has cheap electricity. So their old bill was $164. New bill, $194, $30 a month. Whoa. Well, that's a 0 monthly savings to start, but guess what? At our 9.5%, year 2, their payment would be $196 instead of $194, right? That bill right there would go up more than this one in just year 2. At 5%, it takes year 3.5 to 4, all right? But they're starting out $30 backwards, so to speak. So look, over 30 years, though, they're still going to save 59 grand. Their home is still going to go up by almost 29,000. They still get the $16,000 tax credit. So it's still $104,000 to start out 30 bucks underwater, so to speak. So let me ask you this. If after completing an energy savings analysis, your solar payment was temporarily a little bit higher than what you're paying for your electricity, but you still saved over $50,000, increased your home value, and did it with no money out of pocket, by the way, got that tax credit, do you think it would still be worth it then to go ahead and shift, even though it might be a little more money to start per month?
Not really sure if I get it depends on how much it goes up naturally, because we're on a kind of a fixed budget right now.
Yeah, and you'll hear that. So, and if you hear that, you can say, yeah, if this was 164 and this was going to be 600 a month, well, no, that's not going to work out. But if it's close, it would make sense if you're going to still save 100 grand.
Correct.
All right. So let's take a look. This is electric bill inflation chart at 5%. It just shows 100, 150, 200, 300. And we kind of covered this, but it shows, if you're in the 200 range now, year 10, you're going to be at $310 a month. So let's just say that your solar bill was going to come in at 243. You would know it's going to finally blow out, and your electric bill is going to get, as you can see here, year 25. Now you're paying $645 a month to the grid, and you're going to pay a total of $114,500, starting at $200 a month to the grid. So just showing, and that's all this chart's for, just to kind of dial in some numbers. But now let's take a look. We have a little 1.5 minute video. Get ready, and we'll see if it'll play here.
Let's address the myths about getting solar for your home. First, wouldn't you love to see lower electric bills? With solar power, you can free up your budget for the things that matter most. Imagine all the possibilities. But the likely barrier in your mind is that it would cost too much to install. While this may have been semi-true in the past, with Reach Solar, this problem has been solved. With Reach, the cost to the homeowner is frequently the lowest in the industry, and the process is simplified. Here's how it works. Text or email a copy of your electric bill to the person who is sending you this video. Reach's state-of-the-art software does an analysis to determine how much your electric bill can be reduced. Then create.
It wasn't moving and should have. So let's see.
Let's address the myths.
I think it's just in the screen share mode, so we're gonna just move past that.
Right. Okay.
So, but here's what's really important coming up, and it's okay if this happens to you during the presentation. It's not a big deal. Just you can say, it's a nice little video. It's 1 minute and like 7 seconds or something. But look, here's what we really need to cover. On the next slide, we're going to look at the top 5 things that must be looked at before going anywhere about solar or looking at it seriously. So here we go. Right now, though, do we have any questions or concerns so far? Give them another chance to address any, bring up anything. Chances are, if they do, it's going to be one of the 5 things, which is kind of cool. All right, so let's take a look. Top 5 things. We call it the CRMSS, CRMS squared. The very first one is cost. Most people, they had this underlying concern that they're going to have to put a down payment or some, upfront financial commitment. None. All of our financing now is zero out of pocket. So, but the other concern is the total equipment cost. Maybe they're looking at $50,000 or $60,000 for their system. Well, we saw on the previous chart, you're going to spend more than an entire solar system in less than 25 years if you stay on the grid. In other words, you're going to pay for a solar system, just pure math. You're going to pay for a solar system anyway, but just know that you won't be coming up with any money up front. Next thing is the roof. If there's a roof concern, the site survey is going to tell us if work needs to be done. And if it does, we can roll it right into the solar program and get it all done at once. So you're still not going to have to cough up money up front, even to fix your roof. But the site survey is going to tell us that. So we're going to need a site survey. All right, moving. That used to be an issue with solar. And you'll hear people talking about way back, they got solar, and then it was a real pain to sell their home because of the loan and the liens and blah, blah, blah. Now, you can transfer that whole thing over to the new owner seamlessly. So moving is no longer a big issue. Service, I've got to definitely change that. Freedom Forever monitors, I thought I had too. Anyway, we'll just carrying on. The installers will monitor your system. They all do, 24/7. And if there's any kind of issues with the power production, they fix it. Because unless you like shot bullet holes through the panels or something, and then perfect. Okay, but that's only 4 of the 5. What's the 5th one? Oh, that's what it is. I didn't get that other slide out of there because now, see, this is the new slide. So I'll fix that because all our installers, okay. But now the 5th one is savings. If solar can save you the tens of thousands of dollars and do it with no money out of pocket and add value and give your electric bill an end date, would you be open to a free energy savings analysis just to see if the solar can do the trick for you?
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's like, hello. Like I said, there's nothing to buy, nothing to be sold on this presentation, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, or whoever they are. All this was to let you know there's more to solar than probably what you knew. And if you'd like to see, now we can take your electric bill, and what will happen from there would be an analysis. But you do need to be aware, not every home qualifies. You need to know this. My job's to be totally upfront. There's 3 factors that will determine if your home qualifies. Number 1, available funding for your home, meaning credit. It's not hard, but because we've got several financing options. All of them, again, 0 out of pocket to get it going. But that's one of the factors. The second one, of course, is the home site survey. The roof is going to be a thing. We'll look at it. And anything else, like if there's a mountain that shades your home, we'll see about moving it, but probably not. Anyway, and then the third factor, of course, the installers do have the last say. And because they're going to be monitoring your home and warranting it for 25 years, but usually the site survey is going to give us all that information. So, but I just need you to be aware. It's not a slam dunk. It's, there is some factors. All right. So given all of that, what's your next steps? Well, here they are. If you want, you can text or email or take a picture of your electric bill with the 12-month graph, and we can get your best email and cell phone. We will then have one of our sales professionals, solar professionals, prepare a free energy savings analysis to see how much money you will save, how much your home value can go up, the federal tax and local incentives and all that stuff. Okay? And then we will present a customized energy savings analysis and ask a few questions to see what funding your home can qualify for. And we'll set a date and a time to do that. So, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, there's one other thing that I do want to address because we haven't talked about it yet. But solar isn't just about providing electricity and you turn the lights on. What happens when the power goes out? Well, if you're like a lot of us, that means, or were anyway, everything goes dark. If you live out in the country, it means you don't have water because typically it takes electricity to run the pump. What if you need to live off the grid for a week or two, like those people in Houston have gone through and other people throughout the country? There's options with solar that don't exist, short of getting like a $50,000 generator that's going to run off diesel or something, you know. We can actually, and we will, design a system that includes everything, because our job is to like sell you something. It's just to show you option A, B, and C. One of those options is you never have to worry about a brownout, a blackout, an extended loss of grid power, because you could live literally for months with the grid down. Then we'll show you everything in between, which is typically another 2 or 3 options, just so you know what solar can really truly do for you. Would that be cool?
Absolutely.
There you go. All right, so let's set that appointment, and we will see what we can see. Appreciate it. From there, we can go into revenue sharing, but we won't do that here. Back up, and there we are. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. But now, if they give you their electric bill, they're prepared for a real solar analysis and presentation, and they want that information.
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to do some, I'll stop sharing. Somewhere here I can stop sharing. You are sharing. No. Stop sharing.